I welcome you to the session on time boxing, the absolute need for my hour. The reason I said that for my hour, because all of us worked hard to come to this stage. We worked day and night and we came to the current position. But now, at this point in time, there are multiple demands. For example, it can be work demand, health demand, family demand, and social demand. So the time is less, the work is more, and we all know what to do, but we are not able to perform at least 30% of what we want. In this situation, most of us are in. Now, I feel that time boxing is the needed tool for my hour. That means for everybody's hour. That is the reason why we have chosen this topic. With this, let us get into the time boxing lecture capsule. See, friends, let us assume for now that we are in a boat and we are traveling in the ocean called time. Now we have to reach the goal, right? Now, to reach the goal, first we need to have clarity about our goal, right? That means what is our goal and why we want to meet it is the first checkpoint that we need to establish. The second one is feasibility check. That means whether it is feasible to reach the goal or not. We have to do this feasibility analysis. And the third one is commitment. That means we should be committed to reach the goal. Where from we draw the commitment? The commitment we can draw from why we have to reach the goal. The clarity and the why of it is basically is important to derive required commitment to reach the goal. And after that, we have to estimate the time periods. It can be in days, it can be in weeks, it can be in months, it can be in years, but it has to be based upon certain logic. And the fifth one is focus. That means you have clarity about the goal, you have done the feasibility analysis, you are now committed to reach the goal, you have estimated the time units, then you need focus. And the next one is discipline, because focus and discipline together are called consistency, right? If you have focus and discipline and health, you have everything in your life. If you do not have focus, discipline, and health, you do not have anything in your life. I'm repeating, focus and discipline, consistently performing means you have everything in your life. You are more richer than billionaires in this world, right? Focus, discipline, and health are very important ingredients to each of us. So if you want to reach a goal, you need a ocean called time. That means with time only we can achieve the goal. But just with time, you can't reach the goal unless you have clarity about the goal and you have done certain feasibility check and you have the necessary commitment and you have estimated the time periods, and then you implement the consistency units called focus and discipline day after day so that you can progress. Right, my friends? So you have a goal, you have a time is not sufficient. You have these 6 parameters. Then only you can make a meaningful journey, right? Now, time boxing exactly keeps the same ingredients. First, it asks you to define your goal, get a clarity of it, and asks the why of it. That means you should ask yourself, why should I reach the goal? And you should have clarity about the goal and you should define the goal. The goal can be long-term goal or short-term goal or a daily goal. But you have to write the goal and you have to be very clear on what to achieve. Then you need to do feasibility check. Simply, I want to reach the moon is not sufficient. With the inputs that I have, can I reach the moon or not? We have to check, right? There are certain people who just assumes and then they want to reach the goal. Then that is a different story. But to exactly reach the goal, you need to perform certain feasibility analysis. Once you are clear that you are more or less, you can reach the goal, because goal should always be a little farther than what you can extend your hands. That means there should always be a little stretch than your ability. This is how you have to define your goals, right? So then after doing that feasibility check, then you have to have commitment. That means what the goal is defined by myself, for myself. The goal is defined by myself, for myself, and I am committed to reach my goal. This is for my sake. So that kind of a commitment we should have. And then we should be estimating the time periods. The time period units can be, it is a 15 minutes interval, it can be hourly interval, it can be a day, it can be a month, it can be 3 months, it can be year, etc. Right? So you have to estimate the time periods to reach the goal. And then you have to have focus, and then you have to have discipline. So time boxing is not just blocking the time. It is about blocking the time with these ingredients. First, do you have clarity on the goal? Did you do feasibility check? Do you have commitment to reach the goal? Did you estimate the time periods properly? And then do you have focus and discipline? Can you ensure that in consistent way you can execute these ingredients? This is what time boxing is demanding from us. Let us understand time boxing using certain examples. For example, you have a clear goal that you want to write a 10,000 words research paper, and you have to achieve this in 30 days units. That means at the end of 30 days, you have to submit the paper. If you don't submit the paper at the end of 30 days, they won't accept. That means there's a constraint. So the long-term goal is set. Okay, this is a hard deadline. Now, the way we plan is, right, now we basically plan for 25 days. Why? 5 days of buffer in case of some distractions. You wanted to accommodate this. So if you plan 25 days, each day you want to write 400 words. That means 25 into 400 words. That means 10,000 words you want to reach. So you have a daily goal set. That means if you want to reach a 10,000 words research paper, writing 400 words per day is your goal. See, friends, look at the beauty of it. Generally, what happens, 10,000 words research paper, if you want to write in the period of 30 days, we usually try to wake up on 20th day or 25th day. And even though we have the ability with us, and we can't implement that ability because we do not wake up at the right amount of time. Many of us, my friends, I'm telling you, many of us, we miss the fortunes of this life because we don't start on time. Again, I'm telling, on the road, accidents happens mostly because we start 10 minutes late. We wanted to hurry. We want to reach the office or home in a hurry. And we try to take many experiments on the road. And ultimately, we get into a problem. Many a times we tell to ourselves, but we do not listen. Friends, I'm telling you, it is not the intelligence today who can survive in today's world. It is the average people who implement these time management techniques or other techniques effectively. They are the people who can actually achieve the greatest fortunes in this life. I happen to have the opportunity of working the best in class professionals in my experience. The difference is they clearly define their goal, they stick to basics, they implement time management effectively. Time means time for them, their time box, right? Coming back to this example, you have 30 days goal, 10,000 words research paper, per day, 400 words. If you write 400 words in each day and 25 days like that, then it is basically 25 into 400 words is 10,000 words, and you have 5 days buffer. Look at the beauty of, splitting up the long-term goal into smaller and feasible goals. And then you go about, right, writing your schedule. Look at what is my most productive zone of my day, assuming that you 8 to 12 is 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. is your most productive day. You want to put this there. For example, you say write 50 words from, see, basically the way it is structured is on the top you write the day 5th August, that is today. And then what are the priorities of today? Write 400 words of research paper and do yoga, because health is important. And then left hand side, we basically allotted to write whatever you think about, some brain dump, right? It can be work related, health related, or family related. Now, if you see here, right hand side, from 4 a.m., assuming that you get up at the time, and then 10 p.m., assuming that you sleep at the time. Now you divide each hour into 2 half hour intervals. That means here 4 a.m. first half means it's 4 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. Second half is 4:30 a.m. to 5 a.m. Why like that? Hour is too long interval, right? So we basically want to take finite time periods, right? So 30 minutes. 30 minutes is the smallest duration we want to take. You can ask me, why Krishnamurthy? Why 30 minutes? 30 minutes is too short, my friends. Even if you want to study in 1 hour, the effective time is probably 30 minutes. That's why if you make 30 minutes as the focus period, at least 20 minutes of it you study effectively. If you take the celebrities like Musk, who is the CEO of Twitter now, or X now, X, they divide their time in the intervals of 5 minutes. He has given that particular information in one of the interviews. He divides his day in the units of 5 minutes. That is why he is able to allocate his time to multiple companies, right? So we are not asking you to provide 5 minutes units. We are asking you to allocate 30 minutes units. So first half is first 30 minutes, second half is second 30 minutes. And then you want to write 400 words, right? 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., you write 50 words and give a break. You can ask me, why do you want to give break? You want to give a break because you are working on a research paper, right? When you are writing for 50 words, then you want to think about it. You want to analyze the storyline that is coming out. So just give yourself enough time. And then another 50 words, 9 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Then again, break. When I say break, it can be you go out and walk. You think about what you have written. You think about the storyline that is coming out, like that. Okay. And then next 10 a.m. is another 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. another 50 words, and take a break. When I say break can be you can take a coffee, you can go out and walk, and you can be with yourself. But it is a pre-planned break where in this break you will be with yourself and you will be with the story of writing the research paper. And this break is basically catalyzes your performance. So this break is not you go out and go play cricket, football, and then you miss to come back. No, it is a purposeful break, a caution break where you ease yourself from writing and just get on to thinking, or you want to do some meditation, or you wanted to conceptualize what you have written. Thereby, you want to allocate the best day of the day towards writing these 400 words. right? So basically 400 words, because here it is, I said to each 50 words. It's not 50, 100, 100, 100, 100, 400 words. Okay. And then you wanted to edit your first hundreds at between 4 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. and then 5 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. another 100 words. See, I have given break second half and first half just to make sure that even if it takes a bit amount of time, or if there are any distractions, you can actually accommodate those distractions. So you want to equip yourself that if in case some distractions comes, then you can accommodate in your schedule. I repeat, it is not 50 words, it is 100 words. 8 a.m. to 8:30, 100 words. 9 a.m. to 9:30, 100 words. Likewise, 4 into 100 to 400 words you will be writing. Okay. So now this is how you wanted to accommodate. So what did you do? You basically took the long-term goal of 10,000 words, and then you have a clear hard deadline. It's called hard deadline, because after this, even if you take a bit more time, after 30 days, you wanted to submit your research paper, it is not possible. Okay. Now within 30 days, you have to complete it. Now 5 days of buffer you have given, 25 days, and you have you came up with this kind of schedule. Now friends, what we need, it's called hard deadline. It's a hard time boxing. That means you can't slip beyond 30 days. Okay. Because even if you want to slip, then the paper submission process don't allow, the portal will get closed, right? It's a hard deadline. Okay. Now while doing this goal, each day goal, what we need clarity. Why are we doing? Then you have done feasibility check. You need to have commitment. Okay. And you need to have focus and discipline. So when we ask you to stick to the schedule, it is not filling, it is not blocking your calendar. It is about exercising these ingredients of focus, discipline, and commitment you have to do. See, friends, let me come back to our original story. If you are traveling on a boat and you want to reach a goal post in a ocean, if you don't progress, that means your boat is not traveling. What will happen? The ocean will put your boat into different directions. Sometimes you're pushed backwards, sidewards, and you may not reach towards your goal. Probably you will be off track, and that is not what we want, right? So similarly, time is a weapon. It is a means to achieve your goal. It is basically on the ocean called time you're going. Progress towards the goal is important. For that, you need to have constant and continuous focus. See, friends, many of us put goals, but we don't focus. What will happen? We'll be sidetracked. Who is responsible for that? We, right? And second thing is discipline. Discipline means putting your focus right on what you're doing, one thing at a time. And you see, well, how much you progress is different story. But the point is, you wanted to ensure your best focus is allotted so that you can do one thing at a time. You do your extreme best. You want to do your extreme best. So that kind of discipline is needed. My friends, I'm telling you today, now we're all gifted with great money. But I'm telling you, the people who are reaching better in their life are two people, two qualities. One, they have clarity in thought. They have discipline. Whatever they do it with discipline. That means at this time we have to start, means they start. At this time we have to stop, that means they stop, right? So that discipline, that focus, that commitment is needed to reach the goal. Okay. So whatever plan that we are doing, each day, while doing these things, we have to have such kind of discipline, such kind of focus, right? I'm doing because I want to do. I'm doing because I want to do for myself. When you do with these qualities, the joy of the goal is next to the joy of performing the journey towards the goal. Again, I'm repeating, when you inbuild the ingredients called focus, commitment, and discipline, and you exercise every day, believe me, your goal is next to the journey. the beauty of the journey, the nobleness of the journey, that gives more joy to you, that gives you motivation. You will basically stay positive day after day. I will tell you, I have written the entrance exam at IIT Roorkee after completion of my BTech. Now I have written my paper. Now, after writing the paper, I was not having any tension. I was thinking to myself, I have written the best paper in the world. So far, I have been studying the concepts, and the concepts were thoroughly tested in this paper. Hats off to them. Nice paper written. So for me, the result is second. The joy of solving those conceptual questions, because for each subject I used to refer 3 to 4 textbooks during my BTech days. People used to think me, what is this guy, these many books he refers for exam, one book is sufficient. But I wanted to enjoy the taste of the subject, so I used to refer many different authors, right? And now I'm writing an exam where the conceptual depth is tested. So I felt very happy. So for me, the result of the exam is next to the result of, or the journey of writing that paper. So likewise, when you inbuilt the ingredients of focus, commitment, discipline to reach the goal, your journey becomes more happier to you. You stay motivated, you stay confident. Okay, so this is what is the example number one. Number two, now this is the hard time boxing. That means you can't deviate beyond 30 days. It's a hard time boxing, right? Now let's go a soft time boxing. That means you want to do yoga. Okay, you want to allocate 90 minutes for yoga. You'll ask, why 90 minutes? See, friends, after crossing certain age, if you don't do exercise, that can be a yoga or that can be any form of exercise, you can't stay energetic throughout the day. It is like, if you do 1 hour or 2 hours or 1.5 hours, whatever time period that you think about health investment, then the rest of the day, you'll stay healthy, you'll stay energetic, right? So it is that kind of a balance. So we have to do yoga, let's say. So just blocking your time, stating that, no, I want to do yoga for 1 hour or 2 hours, it doesn't help. You have to split the goal into finite time units. For example, let's assume that, you want to stay energetic. You don't have any specific problem, but you want to stay more or less energetic. Then you want to choose Surya Namaskar. Now, first thing is, first 10 minutes, I want to do warm up. Then, if you do all these things, it's called one round. 12 rounds like this makes a cycle, and you want to do 6 cycles. That means 6 into 12, 72 times you want to do. And each cycle takes 10 minutes. So 6 cycles means 60 minutes. So 10 minutes for warm up, 60 minutes for six cycles, and then 10 minutes for pranayam. And then you want to make 10 minutes for buffer to face any distractions. So likewise, you arrived at 90 minutes. So if you do here, then, you wanted to allocate yoga from 5 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. and you wanted to take a tea. So that means what? What you're doing is 5 a.m. to 6:30, you want to do yoga, and you want to go for a tea at 5:30. That means you want to get ready by 4:30 a.m. Is what you have to get up, right? So this is how your schedule looks like, right? So this is how you wanted to prioritize the art of doing yoga. Now, the next question, is this a soft goal? That means if 90 minutes you wanted to complete in a little bit higher, like 100 minutes, that's okay. It's called soft time boxing, whereas research paper goal is hard time boxing. So there is no way you can extend the goal with respect to research paper. With respect to yoga, you want to stick to the time, the same ingredients, but it is softer. It is softer. But still, you wanted to implement this goal with the same ingredients, so that, no, I want to complete this yoga within 90 minutes. Now, I want to ask you, what is the difference between time boxing and time blocking? Time blocking is simply you just go and block the time. You just block the time the way you block the time in your Outlook calendar, and you wanted to do whatever is possible during that time. That is what is time blocking. Whereas time boxing, actually you are arriving at time units from your long term goal, from a goal perspective. For example, if your goal in this case, right, is back pain, then you have to choose the yogic exercises that are applicable for back pain. Right? And so you have to derive your plan based on that. So what it means is, time boxing is basically asking, first define the goal and get a clarity on what you want to achieve, and what are the results. Okay, and then do a feasibility check, and then come up with estimates in time periods, and then do that in with focus and discipline. Okay, so this is called time boxing. This time boxing can be hard time boxing and soft bound time boxing. Hard time boxing is something where I have referred the example of research paper, right, where you can't extend the goal. For example, if children are studying and they are giving exams, so they have to complete by the exam date. If they want to learn after the exam date, that is not counted towards the results that they want to achieve during that exam. Soft time boxing, I have taken yoga, and even there also little bit of deviation is okay. You can extend a bit further, but overall goal is you have to implement with the same ingredients of focus and commitment. Okay, now I wanted to say, what are the difference between time boxing and time blocking? Time boxing is, you have a goal, you have to achieve that goal, and you have to have focus, discipline, and commitment. And whatever time that you are arriving at is based upon, by clearly defining, by clearly splitting your large goal into smaller goals, and thereby you allocate time periods. So time boxing requires greater thinking, whereas time blocking is simply blocking your calendar. Whatever is possible during that time, you will do that. Okay, now let me ask the question, why time boxing? See, friends, I'm telling you, it is not time management that is our goal. It is the results that we want to achieve is important. For that, we wanted to use time properly, right? For example, if you look at billionaires, right, money they invest. I'm a common man. I can only invest my time. Time is my investment, right? Here, time is investment. That investment of time, it has to be resulted with clarity on the goal. It has to be invested with feasibility check. I have to arrive with the proper time units that it takes to reach the goal. And I need to have commitment. I need to have focus. I need to have discipline. So if you see here, time is the only journey, but the ingredients are whatever 6 elements that we talked. So time boxing ensures that you implement these 6 ingredients on the journey called, on the ocean called time, so that you can reach the goal. So you all can agree that only when all these 6 ingredients are there, time can be effectively utilized. So time boxing is saying, I arrive at time units, I box those units so that you can achieve this goal, right? For example, I have to prepare for this presentation. Now, usually I used to take 4 hours, 5 hours. But this time I told myself, look, I'm going to present on the topic called time boxing. I want to time box within 90 minutes. Whatever I could make out of 90 minutes, I have to do that. That's all, not more than that. I may not be perfectionist. I can't bring you the best in class animations. But if the material I could able to prepare to present this topic, that is sufficient for me. That's called time boxing. Within that time, within that box time, whatever I can produce, I'll produce, but I will make sure that I exercise sense of urgency to reach the goal to the best of my capability. So that's why the time boxing is needed. How to time box? That means first you have to define your goals and divide them into feasible tasks. For example, I have taken the example of 10,000 words in a 30 days interval. Now you have to divide into daily goal and then hourly goal. And then you have to allocate the time accordingly. And then now for each task, estimate the time units. It can be in days, hours, 15 minutes duration also. Okay. I'll tell one scenario. One of my friend, he wants to clean the car by himself. Now he's not getting time. So he started using time boxing technique. He said 15 minutes is the time that I'm giving, and he wants to clean the car during that amount of time. You know what kind of beauty has happened? Tomorrow I have to clean the car. That means I have to make sure that cloths, water, and necessary equipment is needed. So he asked his wife to make it ready. Now, during that 15 minutes, he gets into the car, he cleans the car, and then at the end of 15 minutes, he stops it. Okay, he applies a clock, and as soon as the 15 minutes are over, it beeps, and then he stops. Now, he suddenly realizes within 15 minutes, he has done a greater job. Similarly, I want to clean my room. Okay, I want to clean my office desk. So these are the small things that I generally do not give attention. I do not pay attention because I always feel that I have bigger tasks I have to contribute. But because I don't have enough plan in front of me, I spend my time for unstructured tasks. That means suddenly somebody calls me. Now I keep on talking, and that actually derails me. Or somebody calls for a meeting, and I go for it. So when my goals are not important for me, I end up working for others' goals, right? When my goals are not important for me, I end up working for other goals, right? So I get derailed, right? Now, I'm time boxing with enough breaks, right? I want to I want to draw my schedule with enough breaks. So that, any distractions comes, I can accommodate. For example, if you see here, no, so you look at, if you wanted to fill in entire day, no, you can't achieve. I'm telling you, if you want to do more of yourself, you will achieve nothing. See, friends, I'm telling you, our body has cooperated with us so long. During our studies, that means when you are doing your 10th class, 11th class, 12th class, or even graduation, you got up at 4 a.m. or you studied long nights, your body cooperated. Friends, today you have to take your body. You can't take your body as granted. Give it enough breaks so that it can connect to your mind. When body and mind connects, then only you can give the best of yourself. And your body requires some breaks, meaningful breaks. Breaks are not something where you exhaust yourself. So in office, you go, you check the employees. Okay, they work for about 1 hour, they will go for a break. And during the break, they exhaust with unnecessary discussions. By the time they come to the work, they become defocused. We don't want that kind of breaks. What kind of breaks we want is a break that helps us catalyze our work more, right? See, friends, I'm telling you, these are simple techniques that makes you more effective and efficient on the ground, right? So the body has cooperated with us so long. Now you have to cooperate with your body with giving proper schedule to itself, so that your body and mind can cooperate with yourself, right? So first you define your long-term goals and divide them into finite tasks. For each task, come up with reasonable time units, right? For example, if a task take 1 hour, give 1.5 hours or even 2 hours. I'm telling you, my friend, there is one book called 10x. That means if you want X, you allocate 10x. And that is right, my friends. At least if you want X, allocate 2x time. I'm telling you, it takes, because as a humans, we are optimistic in estimation. We think that this book can be completed in 5 hours. No, it is not possible. We overestimate. It is a human tendency. Let's not overestimate. Let us draw our estimate based on a logic or based on historical data. Okay, so properly estimate, give proper breaks, and then block your daily schedule. Okay, you can use any apps, or you can simply follow the time sheet, that whatever I have shown in front of you, and then you can practice it. You can block, and then you work on the schedule. Okay, you can take use of a timer. Nowadays there are many apps, that Clockify kind of a tools, that apps, Android apps that are coming handy. You can set it, and as soon as the time is done, stop it. Okay, because it's a hard time boxing. You can't extend, you have to stop. See, this is the difference between effective people and ordinary people. I'm an ordinary person, I want to extend, gone case. I'm not following time boxing. I'm following my own boxing. Okay, I'm not following time boxing. As soon as that particular time period has achieved, that's stop. That kind of hard commitment we should have, right? You can't get into the next time box work, right? So in our college, it's basically, there used to be periods. There's a maths period, then as soon as the bell rings, the other teacher comes, this teacher has to go. This teacher cannot say, wait, and start teaching for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Now, the basic concept of, the college or schooling, that itself is gone. That means if a bell is rung and the physics teacher has come, the maths teacher has to go, but the maths teacher requests physics teacher and takes on class for about 30 minutes more, then the physics teacher doesn't have any motivation to complete his syllabus, because within 30 minutes he can't complete, right? So the moment one teacher comes, the other teacher has to go. That kind of a strict working agreement is needed to run the classes during our college days or schooling days. Similarly, here also, when it comes to experimenting with ourselves, within that unit, we have to complete. And then the moment, whether it's completed, not completed, leave it. Go to the next unit and take up the work required for the next unit. And then at the end of the day, check whether you are able to achieve the results or not, and how to adopt yourself. And if it requires to allocate more time periods in next day, allocate like that, because you're not able to make the required progress. So instead of 4 hours, you may allocate 6 hours, because you're not able to achieve those 400 words per day target. So likewise, you have to continually adopt yourself so that you can achieve the daily goal. And then at the end of the day, reward yourself, my friend. Because I'm telling you, we are in a day wherein everybody says, you are inferior here, you are not good here, whatever work that you have done, it is not up to the mark. All people are talking to us with negativities only. The only person who can motivate us is us, our ethics, our values, our sincerity. We know, our parents know, the God knows. That's all. I am working for myself. I am working for myself. I know my constraints. I am a soldier. I want to do my best to the every task that I do, to every day I do. That is my motto. Now, the moment you achieve the results, you know the constraints that you resolved, the distractions that you maneuvered, and amid those distractions, amid those constraints, you're able to achieve. This is where confidence comes. My friends, confidence is not when somebody praises you. Confidence is your ability, your motivation when nobody praises you also. See, at the end of the day, it can be an exam, it can be a job test, it can be any other test. In life, we keep on solving problems. We are soldiers. We need to master the art of time boxing so that you can achieve it. Many celebrities like, Bill Gates, they follow this, they achieve the results. Let us also follow those results. Okay. Now, I told you about time boxing means with ingredients of commitment, clarity on the goal, and feasibility check, proper estimation, dividing a long-term goal into smaller tasks, and then working those tasks with focus and discipline is what time boxing. Whereas time blocking means just allocating some time without the sense of urgency to complete something is called time blocking. Okay. Now, what are the benefits of time boxing? First, you come up with goal-oriented work schedule. That means your daily schedule is filled with a goal. The goal can be long-term goal or short-term goal. And You will also take care of some unpleasant tasks. For example, you may not want to take, cleaning your car, or cleaning your desk, or cleaning your room, or cleaning your almirah. Those tasks looks, you want to do, but you can't do because you won't get time. But when you follow time boxing, you can allocate some 15 minutes time for those things, and 15 minutes each day, you achieve greater things at the end of the week and at the end of the month. And then you spend less time on unpleasant tasks. See, friends, I'm telling you, when you don't have a plan, you are planning to fail. If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. I repeat, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. So if you plan well, then you spend less time on unpleasant tasks, and then you also get time to do tasks that are too short, and you can also achieve too long goals, to like writing 10,000 words research paper, and then you stop being a perfectionist. See, friends, I'm telling you today, exam oriented, test oriented, outcome oriented work is required. So when outcome oriented work is required, then outcome oriented time scheduling is also needed. So within that time period, whatever is possible, you do, right? You stop being perfectionist, and then it boosts your motivation, because day after day you are feeling happy that you are achieving your schedule, and it creates a balance in your life. Like you basically allocate some units for going for a movie, going for a dinner with the family, or some socializing yourself, and attending certain knowledge events you get to yourself. And then you suddenly see a greater discovery in your life, that I'm able to do many things, and it increases your productivity. You don't procrastinate, right? And it improves your focus, and then it also improves your time forecasting. For example, if you are overestimating based upon the daily results, then you can say, oh, I'm overestimating, I have to estimate less, because this is not what has been happening so far. So you adopt, you check, and you control, and you take necessary actions. So these are the benefits of time boxing. Okay, so friends, time boxing is the absolute need for my hour. I agree, for your hour also. Everybody need to implement this time boxing to stay productive and motivated. With this, I thank your interest to learn, and I wish to contribute many other sessions. And thank you.